In the past resides all pain and suffering. In the future resides all anxiety and fear. And in the present resides the creative space. So I want to show you my creative space. Here it is. This is my studio. It's in my apartment, the second bedroom. And it's not as big as you think it is, but it's functional. It's really, really functional. I have 4 cameras running at the moment. I've got this one here, which sits above the guitars, which is a real basic one that doesn't get used very much. Then I have up in the corner of the room a Sony 5100, A5100, and that looks down on the room. Over here, where it's a mess that you don't see, this is another Sony camera, and it allows me to do things like this. Find a start point, lock it in, find an end point, and lock it in. And then I can start the sequence, and that's just called a camera slider, and that moves backwards and forwards as the night goes on. And sometimes it doesn't work because I have to use this archaic little piece of machinery. It doesn't lock, it's not something that you can lock in and turn on and it does that every time. You have to reset it every time. So then I have my main camera here, which is my Sony 7C. And that's what you see when I sit down, like that. From there, I've got 3 computers working. My main computer is the iMac Pro, which sits there, and that's where I read off and do all my videoing from OBS, which is a program that I use. Over here, I've just got another little computer, a little tiny little computer there that sits there and runs a loop of a YouTube video that just looks pretty. This computer is connected to this big screen here, and that gives me my Logic, where I play all my music from, any other information like Twitch, Discord, etc. And there's my trivia screens. So you can see me also with another computer that sits here that runs this screen here with my lyrics and Twitch and the chat. So I can select some lyrics. I can have the lyrics running while I'm singing right here. And I can also see your chat, and I can also see your beautiful emotes. So that's how it starts, right? That's what it looks like. There's the drum kit in the corner there, but it's not as big as you think it is. And it only looks big when you look at the cameras and the angles that they're coming from. You can still see this guy moving along here, doing his thing. That's where Monkey Boy sleeps. And there's all my guitars. So that's the studio, but how does it all work and fit together? Well, let me tell you, it's been a challenge. It's been an amazing challenge because it's really kind of kept me out of my mind and into the process of making things work for the stream on Twitch. And for many other things, it's allowed me to now do live concerts to schools, which is very, very cool. It's functional in a way that it's expanded my career. I'll show you how all this works. So here, over on this screen here, I have my starting soon, and then I have all different scenes over on the left hand side here. You can see where my mouse is on the left hand side, and I can put my camera sequence on from when I'm playing live, and that'll go change positions every 10 seconds. I think I've got it set to at the moment. So over here I have my camera sequences. It allows me to show you all the screens. And then I have things like stupid commercials running there. And then I have baby pics here. And then I've got my songs for all of you. Like, okay. Now, that's where I select all the screens for what goes to air. You'll also see down here that I have this little machine called a Stream Deck, and that gives me the different scenes that I can hit. So if I hit that button there, it goes into the camera sequence, which changes the scenes, and I think I have 7 scenes that change every 10 seconds. All right, so, and it also gives me that scene there, that scene there, that scene there, that scene there. And then it rotates back to that scene. And I can always bring it back to the main screen from there. When I go to the Google Feud, I've got it sitting down there. I can just hit that Google Feud button that I've created. And there it is. Right, so I have some noises so I can give you the clapping, etc. And that all comes from that little box down there. That's my sound card with all my volume on it. That's an Audient ID44. Also, my vocal is connected up to this microphone here. So you're hearing me all through a little bit of sound effects and stuff there. And then I've got all my songs up here. Now I'll show you how that functions. In the way that I start a song, for example, Albatross, I select it, I ungroup it, and then I unmute those 3 buttons. The first one is to mute the group, the second one is to unmute the song itself, and the third one unmutes the MIDI controller that sends to my FM3. That's connected up via MIDI, and there's my wah pedal or whatever I assign it to, and my volume pedal over there. These buttons on the top do not work, they're not functioning at the moment, but they are for live. So that then changes. So you'll see now if it's on Teardrop. When I press the stop button, it goes to, oh, see, this is what happens for me with this system. It's not Herbie at all. I have to press play, stop. You've seen me do this a million times, and there it goes to Albatross. And then I'm ready to play Albatross. Pick up my guitar and play. And that starts. Okay, so you see now sometimes the confusion that happens when I press start and I have to stop it again and restart it because of the way that the system is. It's clunky. The system is clunky, my friends. It is so clunky. And that's not me. That's the nature of the industry of streaming. I just put my background on. Hello? Can we put that main background on? No, we don't want that. We want that. So over here you can see me doing some editing over here. And I've lost my camera, haven't I? Because I've turned the camera off. So there I will turn the camera on. And now you can see my main screen. Your chat usually comes up here. And that gives me a chance to see what's going on. I can't scroll that because that's the nature of the way I've got it set up. But therefore, I also have the chat come up over here on this screen. So you get the vibe? You get the vibe? Let me show you something that's a little bit more complex. So then I have to, once I choose another song, I have to mute those again, those 3 buttons again, and then ungroup them. But then I might have things like, for example, Bohemian Rhapsody. I'll ungroup it, I will unmute them, and then you'll see all these buttons here, all these on and off switches here. All they are sending MIDI patch changes to my Axe-Fx so that I don't have to hit on buttons. Yeah, so I can stand away from the Axe-Fx, play, and they will change all the sounds for me. Now that takes a bit of setting up. You really have to kind of do some work on that. But it's that's how that all functions via MIDI. I think I've showed you all you need to know. I think you've got at least most of the situation here in Twitch Coach Studios. I hope this gives you a bit of an idea of what it is and what I do. I never show you that side because it's pretty messy in there. and you can see that you probably can't, but it's the light is hung up with a bit of gaffer tape and a drumstick. Whatever works. Whatever works. So there you go. Oh, also, with my lighting system here, I can change the colours of the lights. Blue. Oh, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Red. Nice. Turquoise, which I never use. Orange. Green. And yellow. Oh, yes. All the flavours of the spectrum. And that can all be done down here on my Stream Deck. Go back to that screen, and there's my... Have a look at that. There, you'll recognise some of these. Stop, play, zoom, ACMF, quiz, Google Feud, whistles, all that sort of stuff. Lots of fun stuff here. So there you go. It's great fun in here. Get out of your heads. Forget about the past. Forget about the future. Stay in the creative space, which is right here and right now. Thank you, everybody, for your support and all your gift subs and donations and all that sort of stuff. It's absolutely kept me going through this crazy time, and it will keep me going for the rest of the year because I have no work. So I thank you from the heart of my bottom, and I'll see you soon.